Aloha. Aloha mai kako. Chair Ayla, distinguished members on the Commission on Water Resource Management. I'd like to echo the sentiments, the staff, what an outstanding job. I spent the whole last couple weeks memorizing sustainable yield, so I could come up here and pretend that my deep background as a hydrologist and hydrogeologist and a geochemist and a biologist. But to the petition and the matter before this commission. So when I first heard about it, I know these conversations have been ongoing for some time. And I want to aloha the National Park Service. This process has really brought a lot of information to light. And we know whether it's the commission or as the mayor or chief executive of the County of Hawaii, the more information you have, the better information you have, the better decisions we can all make. So I want to aloha the National Park. Moko Keauhou, Hawaii Island. We have Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, World Heritage Site. Pu Ohunua o Honaunau, Pu Kohola, Vahipana here on this island, the Demalama. So I want to aloha them because very disturbing as a leader of our island that we spend so much time to have meaningful dialogue, respectful dialogue. I don't hold press conferences, try not to shout and yell in our community because we all share an island. We all share the same beaches. Our children play in the same parks. Our families go to the same stores. And so, we can agree or disagree without being disagreeable. And sometimes you hear this juxtaposition or construct being framed, and it's a false construct. It's national park, environment, culture, government, development. And it's a little bit offensive, to be perfectly honest. When I first heard of the issue of Keauhou Aquifer, I know about this and I don't pretend to. But I make everybody come in. I make people talk to me. And as an attorney, I know how to ask a few questions. And I make sure that information is accurate and I hold people accountable, as does the community holding me and this administration accountable. And kind of cool, I see Denise Antolini over here. I know Denise, when I drafted a petition to shut down a spaceport in Keauhou as a law student. That was my first legal effort. I felt like F. Lee Bailey after that. But that was to protect this island. It's what we do. And when you see this come, get this whiff of paternalism. I feel like the county being paternalistically patted on the head to say, you guys don't know what you're doing. We gotta come in and help you guys because you don't know how. And that's when feeling like, wow, because we all get kuleana. Yeah, national park, Malama, your national park area. Yeah, perpetuate, protect, conserve, preserve. Love that. Abraham Lincoln signed the first national park. Just read a great book called Bully Pulpit. Theodore Roosevelt, William Howard Taft by Doris Kearns Goodwin. Fascinating. 1904, 1916, Woodrow Wilson coming in. Huge swaths of our country being protected. Awesome. Beautiful. We all feel that. I live next to the national park in Volcano. Drove here this morning. Constantly tapping people I ride with. Wow, look how beautiful our island. Look how special our island. Yeah, and they're giving that kuleana as the mayor of the County of Hawaii. Overseeing 18 departments, 2,500 employees, 187,000 residents, 4,028 square miles of beautiful, sacred, special moku. People come in and say, you don't know what you're doing. You go, ooh, for real. Try to show me, please, the science. Show me the law. Show me the violation. Nobody need come in and tell us we're doing something wrong. I'd be the first one to hold the Department of Water Supply, the Water Commission accountable. I would be going, hey, what you guys doing, bro? This island was handed to us by our kupuna. Parents, makua, grandparents, generations before. To what? To use, to profit, to develop? No. To malama, to care for, to protect. Our kuleana as leaders is to give our children and grandchildren that same beautiful, special, sacred island. Look at Hawaii Island, Moko Keauhou. Protected. Administration, I've sat with National Park. I said, yes, tell me what we're doing wrong. 6 years as mayor, can you point to, and because you look at the petition and get words like threaten, degradation, imminent harm, diminishing of resources. And you're like, wow, we get multiple levels at the state, this commission, in fact. Department of Water Supply, we all work together. She said, whoa, no need yell, shot, petition, threaten, imminent harm. So I said, okay, can somebody please sit down, or you experts, so educate me. What does this mean, sustainable yield? Well, 38 million gallons. There, that's your sustainable yield. That is based on 87 million gallons a day. It's a resource, okay? And I said, but USGS studies in 2011 say could be up to 187, maybe 77% more, which would change your sustainable yield significantly. I said, okay, we'll use the lowest number. Hey, where we at, you guys? 14, 15 million gallons a day. Math, right? Way below this 38% yield. I said, well, show me your projections, as Roy so accurately did. And what you show, 2025, maybe 18 million gallons. What am I using the lowest number? And these numbers project out. So I said, wow. So I back up again and say, what has the county done that would warrant not only the petition, but action from this commission? Then I looked, what have we done? Well, we've protected 200 acres right up north of the national park. Thanks to the hard work of our county council and our council people, for $6.2 million, getting $2 million from a private resource landowner, we protected 217 coastline acres, took it away from conflict and contention in our community to preservation, conservation. And so as I go through example of example, and then we get, so as a lawyer, right, I go, hey, so what the law says, what the criteria? And of course, I enumerated the 8 criteria that I memorized for nothing because everybody knows now. I was sitting there going, HRS 174C-44, criteria 1, 2, 3, 4. And I go through each one. And no more. No more the threat. No more the harm. It's not here today. But it might happen in some foreseeable time and future. Million people. Million people where? In a Keauhou aquifer? How much we get today? 25,000. 20, 25, maybe 30. I ask any developer, how easy forget one water permit in our administration. I never had none of these developers tell me, Kenoi, awesome your administration. We get credits, easy. Your well, we can build any well we like. I've had developers up and down this coast crying, begging to me. Ain't that good, our well? Our water department say not good, your well. Try again. Do them better. Why? Because it's what we do here. It's what we do. We protect our natural resource. This facility you in, energy free, can 250 kilowatt photovoltaic on this building. We display 700 barrels of oil a year just right here. We created that. Why? Because it's our kuleana. National Park, God bless them. This is not one conflict. You cannot submit one petition because you can, because you like, just because you feel, you might have the votes on commission. Hey, it's not politics, this. This is protecting, conserving our resource for future generation. You cannot do them just because you like, because you're the federal government. This island no exists in a national park. The national park sits in our community, and we all here to work together. I look forward to an intensive, meaningful dialogue using the latest science and data and facts. That's how it should be. And if we're doing something wrong, then let's let everybody know what we're doing wrong. Then let's bring out that science, show the facts, show the data. It's not about philosophy and ideology and political leanings, this way or that way. And it hurts because I'm offended when people say, us, them, you, not me, not you. Why? We all environmentalists. We all cultural. Can you imagine me as a native Hawaiian, as the blessed and honored and humbled to serve this island? with children to Malama, and I walk around this community and honor everybody. I know Hyde, I know Doc, and to be told, we gotta have the commission come in, designate us, and not allow us to strategically plan and protect this beautiful ahupua'a. What get up north? Developers trying to exploit Hawaii. We get Hawaiian homes, Laiopua, Kaneohale Community Association. How accessible is a home in Kona to a Native Hawaiian family? Shouldn't we support more Native Hawaiian families living in this urban core? Higher education, inaccessible to our youth here in West Hawaii. Higher education is the great equalizer of our society. It gives everybody one shot. Every one of our kids deserve that. But if you live Hilo on Kaulani Street, you drive 10 minutes to the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Accessible higher education. But if you're a young woman or a young man who live on Kaiminani Street or Hinalani Street, you got to drive 4 hours for higher ed at the university. Shouldn't we support higher education? In Keauhou, right up here, where all of our families live. We have huge effort. Boka Hui come in, cry in my office every week for the last 6 years. I exaggerated, maybe every other week for the last 6 years. And what does on park mean? What is recreational opportunity? Sounds so sterile. You know what it means to me? On park is on pu'uhunua. It's where our children go to stay away from drugs, gangs, and violence. It's where they go to have hope. It's where they go for be safe. But these parks, our kids not over there learning how to throw, run, catch. Yeah? Dribble, pass, shoot. What are our kids learning? They're learning respect from the coach, the uncle or auntie who them. They learn about sportsmanship. We learn about teamwork. We learn the simple value through our children that the harder you work, the better you do. That the more you put in, the more you get out. That's what our children learn on these parks and in this area. What they have today, nothing. No more. Whose kuleana is that? Them? No, us. And our government, your government, we're in subdivision of the state. I never hear one assertion, one allegation, the county exploiting or misusing their resource. But we have to strategically allocate these limited resources, as does the Commission, for future generations to benefit. And it's tough here. You get planning commissions two sides of the island. Get planning committees, county council, planning department, water commission, water department. It's not easy. This idea that somebody gonna come in and pump and all of a sudden diminish this precious resource bill that we know is on. It's all we get, bro. That's life itself. So nobody making any kind. I wouldn't allow that. It's my home. I wouldn't die here. So to have the petition, God bless the National Park and their mission. I want to mahalo Kanani, the water department, who used this word, mirrored mandate. I thought, wow, Kanani, can say that again. And that Kanani educated me on water culturally, what it means, right? What is wealth in Hawaii? Vai. I never know that. So if we rich before, you say water twice. That's how precious this. And if we're doing something wrong, I'd be the first to stand here and take full responsibility. As the chief executive, I'm entrusted to ensure everybody behind me conduct themselves with the highest degree of aloha and integrity for this community. Not because that's our responsibility as defined by the code or the constitution or ordinance, but because it's our kuleana. And all of these titles and responsibilities are temporary. But our water, our land, our haumana and kamali'i is not temporary. It's permanent. And so I just come before this commission on water resource management. My first time I spoke on this issue. And everybody write a letter, testify. I said, nah. We'll let you smart guys go talk about them. Because I don't, but at the end of the day, as I was reading more and more, and I read everything. Everything everybody would submit, highlight them, take notes. I started getting a little bit, as I mentioned earlier, small kind of hurt. Because you feel like, wow, you trying to smile, but you're really saying, we don't know what we're doing, and we don't know how, or we don't care. And that's not the case, I think. So this petition should be looked at through the science, through the facts, and through the law. And I believe when you look at the science, you look at the facts, you look at the law, everything okay. And if not okay, this commission can still be here. You know, the water level go up, the sustainable yield is threatened, using words like imminent harm and diminishing of resource, then certainly the commission should take action. And the county and all of our decision-making bodies should be held accountable. But I look forward to working with the National Park, not just on Kaloko Honokahau, but all of the resource that they protect for future generations. And I appreciate them for that. And thank them for this process. And thank you for the time I had this morning. Mahalo nui. Thank you.
Yeah. Mayor, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being on this conversation. I want to add a little bit of perspective because I'm from Maui. I served on the Board of Water Supply 15 years ago, starting with Mayor Lingle, then Mayor Apana, and then Mayor Arakawa put me on the Planning Commission, which I chaired for a number of years. And when Mayor Arakawa came in, we had been discussing the designation of the Iau Aquifer for many years then, starting with Mayor Lingle. And there was a lot of hu'u, there was a lot of contention in the community, and people were afraid that this was an outside force coming to create problem for Maui County. But there were issues, and as the discussion progressed, a lot of science was done. And it was a good thing, because we, over the time, came to understand, you know, that how the aquifers work, what could be done, what couldn't be done. And when Mayor Arakawa came in, he, one of the very first things he did was say, I'm going to support designation for a water management area. And he and his director of water supply supported it. And right after that, Iau and North Waihe were designated as water management areas. And a funny thing happened, and that all the contention stopped. All the arguments, all the discussion, oh, I'm going to lose my job, our project going to stop, we can't build a school, we can't build housing. That went away because none of the fears happened. Everything just started working very smoothly, and the science became an integral part of the process. The county people working with the commission, working with USGS, and from that point on, there was never any contention. So we didn't write the petition. I certainly didn't have a part in it, but I just wanted to give you that perspective. You might speak with Mayor Arakawa if you run into him sometime, because the sky did not fall, and the bad things that are being projected did not happen, and the council did what it was going to do, and what councils tend to do. But as far as the process, it seemed to really improve coordination and create a forward movement, and that was my experience in that area. So thank you for being here, and thank you for letting us sit here in this wonderful, wonderful space. Aloha.
Aloha. Thank you. Oh, thank you. No need to say nothing. Okay, because, I would like to say something. No. Hey, mahalo for that. And I'm not here a boogeyman. Nobody's sitting here, the sky falling. Nobody's scared. We're just saying, hey, science, law, facts. The science. Everybody give an interpretation of science, law, facts. That's why you have a bunch of attorneys running around saying the same thing with the same facts. Well, different things with the same facts. But we're not here doing that. And aloha, Mayor Arakawa, and if I had the science in front of me and the facts, I would sit right here and say the same thing. Designate them. Grant the petition. It's warranted under the science and under the facts. Unfortunately, I cannot say that. But mahalo for your warm and kind comments. Thank you. Milton, how you brother? I just like say this about one time about Milton. I don't know what, but I was working for Mayor King and I got on call. And I thought Milton was just a funny guy, cool guy, laugh, joke around. Then I went to a meeting in Kohala on water. The wells had shut down and stopped pumping after the earthquake. And they had concerns. And I asked Milton, hey Milton, I'm getting calls, you can come with me. And I went up with Milton and laughed the whole time there. But when we got there and walk in a room, and I'd sit back and go, wow. That was Milton, I know you retired and you gave over 4 decades of service. I just wanted to publicly acknowledge, bro, you're one of the smartest guys on water I ever seen talk. And I was so impressed with you after. I would look at you completely different, fast. I'm like, wow, look at Milton, he's smart.
No, it's not.
No, I just want to say I appreciate very much Mayor Keauhou. As always, I really appreciate your elegant, respectful perspective on this very complex issue. And I think your speech nailed it right on the head. It's not a matter of doing wrong, it's a matter of being hurt. And I can understand that.
I'm doing right, yeah.
Also, mahalo, Mayor Keauhou. I know you're busy and gotta jump on a plane to Oahu. Just want to speak a little bit as a commissioner and a person that's also from Hawaii Island that cares and loves for this place. I regret that it has been as contentious as it has in this process. Just like you, I get yelled at, not yelled at, but, we get into intense conversations on both sides, and I listen to everybody in the community. But being here from Hawaii Island, I don't feel like this is an outside entity coming in and no one's being paternalistic or anything like that. This happens on all other islands, other places are designated and people work together, and so I think that's what I'm hoping happens. I just wanted to share that with you, that hurt that you saying, that this is an outside entity coming in, being here from Hawaii Island with connection to this place and everything that I do, and the fact I get paid $0 on this volunteer role and position. It's not to be paternalistic, it's not to try to offend anyone, it is to try to take care of our kuleana under the code. And really that's all we're doing right now is investigating this process. I just wanted to share that, and I'll put them back on you because you are an attorney and a smart man.
Oh, man, sure.
So if you were in my seat, and you saw a county plan, whether it's going to happen now or later on, is going to exceed sustainable yields by maybe 600%. What would your response
Oh,
be?
absolutely. And, we all feel different things at different times for different reasons. And that wasn't put on you, mana. So if you feel that, kalamai yellow. That wasn't on you, but you never filed a petition. You're on a commission. Bill, I love you. Love this man. Respect him to the max. We worked on a international union for conservation of nature, bringing in this Congress for the first time since its creation in 48 to Hawaii, to Malama. Denise, highest regard. Everybody on this commission. That wasn't on you, Bob. That was on a petition. That's that feeling. So no need to feel that way. Second, as to the petition, we all got to make decisions. I got to make them every day, all day long. That's leadership, right? Sometimes if you cannot make them, no do, right? Sometimes the decisions, most decisions, going to be 51-49. God forbid a hero with rose petals as you wave down a ticker tape parade for your decision making. That's not leadership. Leadership is you got to do the right thing for the right reason. But what separates us is not all hot. Cannot be all love and a law. That's why I get law, right? That's why I get science. We got to make objective decisions. if I went and look at that project, and I did, yes, these water guys, imagine sitting across from me in one closed room, come on, with everything brought to bear, so that when we walk outside and we represent facts and information, no gotta say sorry, no gotta say kalamai, oops. I tell all of them, you say one thing wrong, you misstate, misrepresent facts or information, your credibility gone for every subsequent issue. So please make sure. So I ain't grill, hey, where this number coming from, ba? What is this maximum? Sit back, get back. Who may, or start, bring him in a room too? Who this other guy? Come, help educate me so I can not walk before the commission. And this projections is maximum build out if everything is allowed to move forward. I've been mayor for 6 years now. Not everything moves forward. It is very difficult. Look at our moku, your moku, ours. We're the overdevelopment. We're the shaky decision making, land use, water allocation, water commitment. Well, if had, we own them. But that's what I say. So your answer is you put them back on me. What would I do? Right now, nothing. Why? Because no need. If need, I would be Mayor Arakawa. Hey, grant them. No waste. And I would tell everybody, I would tell the board, the commission, nobody waste everybody's time and be defensive or be obstinate. I just wanted to use that word to let Denise know that you understand. You know, but no need be hot-headed. I would be the first one, come on. I would never. You know why? In 2 years, I want ex-mayor. And I want to teach in this community. And I want to live in this community. But one thing I'm not going to do is avoid eye contact from the kupuna when I walk in a room. I'm not going to avoid somebody in the aisle of the supermarket. And I'm not going to not surf when I get beautiful waves because I shame what the other surfers going to say. I'm not going to be. I walk around without staff. I jump in the ocean on this whole island, no matter where the swell come from. I take my children to O'oma, not even from here. But I take them so they can listen to auntie, uncle, so hopefully they grow up that way too. So it's not about us and them and power or no power or influence and money and development. It's about us talking story and basing good decisions on good information. That's all. And if I had that information, I would go, okay, that's worst case scenario at maximum build out. But look at this Moku. We're not Maui. We're not Oahu. No disrespect to those beautiful islands and those wonderful communities and my fellow mayors. But over here, this different. You know why? That's all get. Right? That's all get. You can move Western migration, right? Mayflower, Plymouth Rock, Western, across the Mississippi, Great Rockies, Pacific, beyond. You know, we don't have no place for go here. Lo'ihi gonna be a little while. Right? So we gotta take care, and I believe we are. So if you ask me, after my intensive questioning of the science and the information and the petition, I feel no need. And if need, I'd be right back here for saying, I'm sorry, I was wrong. But I don't feel that based on what we have.